Good morning, good evening to everyone. Hope you can hear me. So, today we will thank you. Thank you, Priyanka, for confirming. So, today we will talk about our career path here. So, let's keep one more minute to start here with all the audience here, and then we'll move further. So, now audience are coming here. So most of the candidate here they are requesting like can we go with Hindi mode here. So how many candidates here who are interested to hear in Hindi and they can understand Hindi as well? Can you just comment here in the section so that we can go further? English two candidate here. Is there any option now you are getting like you can hear in Hindi or English, you can choose the language? Most of the audience they are asking for English only. That's completely fine. English English is more demanding here. Yeah, so just share this link who want to join and make sure you all are going to join on time so that we can respect other times as well. Otherwise it will take more time to initiate, so it's very difficult to manage our time here. So I'm going to share my screen so that we can discuss what else we have to discuss here. So let me open even the dev environment as well. Dev environment. Okay. There are some audience which are typing like in Hindi. They are also comfortable in Hindi, but let's see. Okay. So till yesterday, I have given complete background, like when Microsoft started their this initiative, and they have completed the uh, growth from very initial stage, and now we all are able to see the complete CRM application now in a day. We have more flexibility, even we have more even task, and there is a platform now. It's become tools to platform. It took around 30 years to complete this particular stage. And now after let me share my screen as well so that we can discuss, and I will tell you in which specific scenario or what is the agenda. So today agenda here is, so this is first slide. I'm going to share even with you, even this content you also having. So today my agenda here is give complete information like what we are planning to complete in this particular training modules. So this is the complete content I have shared in one of the small 1 minute short video, even in our here playlist. So you can even go through that one as well. I will upload these complete modules in one of the post even, and even I will share all those required content in every series. I will try to upload on daily basis so that even you can download and you can go through those content in PDF or PPT mode. I will upload yesterday's session as well so that you can utilize that content. So here in this particular modules, we will cover our training agenda like what we have. And the second one is project walkthrough, like what types of goals we are having as part of this training session, and what are the expectations uh, for this particular session. So we will discuss all those details uh, as part of this section, and then career path and upskill. So how there are many resource, many candidate which may be working in dynamic CRM, but they are especially working in different maybe terminology or technology, or maybe in different set of development, or maybe support task, maybe in testing mode, or maybe they have some limited task or limited scope they are working on daily basis. So now times comes into that level of era, so that we cannot survive with our old or our whatever the skill set we are having. So we are keep learning, we are keep enhancing our skill set. So this time is for everyone who want to upgrade their skill set here. And job roles and the growth path we will cover in this particular section. Now we will cover certification roadmap, like Microsoft is providing different level of certification for based on the here what we can say here. If we have different technology, if we have different set of skill set, and even functional consultant, we have separate uh, certification. For initial or beginner level developers, we have different level of certification. For team lead or for detailed level, if we have information or knowledge, then we may enhance our skills and we can get that level of certification. And even we have architect level of certification as well. I will explain you. So this certification program helps to improve our skill set, and it will give a clear picture even to employer as well, like we have that much employee be having that level of certification. So even the organization also required that certification program. Now after that, we will move in the Power Platform ecosystem. What is the Power Platform ecosystem? How many different platform we are having here? What is the purpose of that platform? When we have to use this platform, when we have to use this platform, Microsoft always improving their existing system to new environment, and they are so it's very difficult for some persons. They are not able to upgrade their skills uh, without having proper uh, even information or knowledge, or even proper career path. So we will talk about this particular section as well. And next is Azure environment. So we will talk about this particular section maybe later in details, because this is also a separate very big topics. We cannot cover that one in maybe 5 or 10 minutes. It's required a broader time so that we can discuss more about that one. Let me check if someone is having questions. Yeah, so this is a auto recorded session. So even this is live session, so you can even get that leverage, like you can watch later as well. Somebody is asking regarding. recording as well. Okay, so now we will talk about documentation and diagram. So for any project, any developers, they have to understand those specific keywords. BRD documents, ERD, CDD, and TDD. What is the purpose of those documents? Why we are creating? Who is creating? What is the benefit of those documents? We should understand that all those information with the help of this section. Maybe I will try to cover all those content here in this particular session. If not, we will continue from tomorrow. So career certification, like learning roadmap, like how to start that certification program, how to perform all those action here. So even in this platform ecosystem, how those system integrated directly, how we will perform the integration part between one system to another system. So platform ecosystem is like it is not like we have to write some custom code and we have to use some custom API and we have to integrate. It could be one-way integration, it could be two-way integration, it could be real-time integration. So we may have read all those information maybe from different uh, system. So we will talk about training agenda and syllabus. So I already share all those information, but I will give you the training agenda and syllabus so that we can discuss more about this one. So let's complete first slide. We have completed this first slide. In module 2. What we will cover? So this is more about uh, how we are going to use solution and what is the solution in dynamics here, what is the purpose of this solution, when we have to use solution, is there any automation program for that solution if we need not to create this solution approach. So that part we will cover in week 2. So first week content, we have this particular all those information for first week. For second week content, we will plan for this second slide. So first slide, first section here is solution. I will explain you in detail with solution management, the solutioning layer, everything. I will open CRM application, create a solution. I will explain how to create a solution, how to add those components, how to create patch and clone, and I will give you some tasks so that you can complete in real time. And even I will ask you all so that you can create a trial environment which is free of cost available. Microsoft is providing 1 month trial subscription so that you guys can create from your side. You have to use your personal email ID and mobile number, you can generate that. Even if you now in a day, mostly you all are utilizing chat gpt or any ui or any ai tools, so you can take help from that one as well, but I will tell you how to create a trial environment so that we have handy, everything system is ready. I will tell you like what types of component we need to install in our system so that we can start at least initial level of the debugging and development part. So second part is solution component. What types of component we have to add in that solution? I will tell like what are that component. It could be tables, flow, apps, or maybe uh, entity. In entity, we may have fields, we may have forms, we may have views, maybe we may have flows. We have a number of component here, but I will explain you and I will tell you about my manage and unmanaged solution. So we will cover all those information. ALM process, we will cover ALM process like any environment, if development team they are working. So what is the process most of the organization they are following? Like if suppose I need to develop something, it is not like I can develop all the component, everything in the production environment. Maybe now you are having only one trial environment, so you have to follow that development and everything in one environment only, but I will tell you what is the process, why we are using dev environment and test environment. Why? Because if we are using multiple environment, it will take additional time to even perform the testing part, development, deployment, and even going into one environment to another environment. There is a cycle. Why we have to follow? What is the purpose? I will explain when we will discuss about all those. Solutioning, inside that solution, we have some process like upgrade and patching, and what is the clone. So in that section, we will talk about solution layer management. What is the process here, import and export, and what is the cleaning process. So all those component we will discuss. And in the application development life cycle, we will discuss like how to move those components from one environment to another environment, and what types of content we have to move from one environment to another environment. So I will go into next slide. So in module 3, we will try to cover all those component and content here in day 3. So Dataverse concept and CDM. I will explain you what is the benefit, what is the purpose here, and Dataverse extensibility here, and table definition, and what is the benefit here for those particular entities, and what is the use of CDM, standard entity versus virtual entity. When we have to create a standard entity, when we have to create that entity scope as a organization level, when we have to create or maintain the organization that type as a user or team level, and when we have to create virtual entity. All those information I will share in a week 3. So table types and key here. I will explain all those information, ERD, CDD, preparation, and the column data types. So suppose if we are going to define something in dynamics at table level. So what types of tables that particular data type should be there. So I will tell you what types of data types are available in CRM, and what types of data base we have to maintain, and why, when we have to use those data types. And Dataverse architecture, I will tell you how it's connected, what is the benefit, when if something is related to Dataverse. So when we have to call a database as a Dataverse, can we create a Dataverse from our end, or can we delete or add some tables inside database directly. So all those scenario, all those information we will discuss into this particular week time. Okay, so I will take 30-second pause. So do you have anything to ask here? So does it require coding knowledge? So initial level, there is a two types of information here. Like one person, maybe they may utilize this skill set as a functional person, or be a business person, and another opportunity we may have as a developer profile. So as a developer, full time developers is required coding knowledge as well. But now in a day we have low code, no code platform, so we can leverage our that level of development work. Okay, now moving into next stage. So here we will talk about design perspective for Big Four. So how to convert ERD to tables, unique identifiers and lookups, and even here we will talk about the relationship, then formula and prompt column. We have different types of fields here. Relational behavior we have. We will talk about all those concepts here. So cascading, what is the benefit here? CDD and ERD review here. Here we will talk about the relationship type and what is the difference when we have to create. So, and in last here we will discuss about calculated versus roll of field, and data modeling and best practice what we have to follow. In module 5, we will talk about the forms types and layout, views, dashboard, charts, form event script, key and business rules, and when we have to use key, what is the benefit, and UI security option, and even UI component map. Here we will, learn business rules logic. Here forms, view, and charts. We will talk about those one in week that specific week. So now we will move into week six. So in week six, we will learn Power Apps overview, page types like sitemap, how we are creating, what is the benefit sitemap, what is the ribbon here, and personalization and find. So we will talk about personal view and advanced view and even the grid level view. We are having different types of view, the command bar and even the copilot we will talk about. And import export utility, sometimes we have to import data into our system, so it is not like if we have more data so we have to manually enter. So we have import export utility, we will talk about that specific section. Security and data copilot, so we will talk about the access control and data operation. So we have different level of security parameters which is defined by Microsoft, so we can control data with the help of security model. And MDA architecture we will talk about. We will talk about here sitemap structure and key MDA features. Now we will move into next section here. So we will discuss security roles and teams. We will talk about the completely this particular section. We will use, the security, because every organization they are more conscious about their security. So you should know what types of security Microsoft is providing, how we can utilize those security into our dynamic CRM, and what is the best practice based on their need. We will, implement that level of implementation. And now we will talk about data import and auditing. So, what is the benefit of auditing, and do we need to enable auditing for each entity and every field? So, what is the benefit? What is the pros and cons? We will talk about that particular section. So, data masking and duplication. So, sometimes we have some sensitive data, so we have to maintain customer data in such a manner so that if suppose only required person only they can review that sensitive information. So we will talk about how to mask that data. Like you heard about password, so if you are able to see that password, so maybe you may lose your personal information or maybe something. So how to hide that level of data in dynamic CRM even if we have something like that. So DLP policy and templates here. So what is the DLP here? So suppose there are some government norms or even the company norms. So we have to follow those norms. So how to, fulfill that level of security in this particular section we will talk about. Localization and multi-language. So we will discuss language and even the time and the region setting in dynamic CRM. So there are some master information we have to do that level of setting in dynamics CRM so that it will apply for all the users. So here we will talk about the security metrics, here even the governance flow and even the data life cycle. We will talk about that one. In next section, even in the module set, legacy workflow. Suppose if we have, old code which we have maybe developed in early days, but how to migrate even those workflow from legacy to upgraded system, or what can be rework or re-import and redesign those legacy workflow into our new MS flow or any logic app or any. So that level of discussion we will do in this particular section in BK. Triggers and action, we will discuss and explain. Custom action, I will give you. Those are the core coding concept that I will cover in this particular section. So reusability patterns, like suppose if we have written something, so we can reuse that particular code, but how to reuse that pattern or code, I will explain in this section. So business process flow. Most of the candidate you know about this particular this keyword, but I will explain you from details from beginning, like why this business flow required, how to create, what is the limitation, and what types of stages we have, what types of branching, what is the benefit, and when we have to utilize this branching concept as well. So BPF in model driven apps, if you have some background basic information, so you should know this BPF. So we will discuss so how to embed it one BPF into one entity, and how to even uh, implement even multiple BPF in multiple forms, so that also we can achieve. Okay, so now we will quickly cover these modules, all those modules. So complex var and fx command. So here, even if we need to discuss about Power Apps, so we should know the basic knowledge of fx code, and JavaScript commands we should understand. So we will cover in this particular section Power FX and JavaScript command. So client script architecture I will explain here. Card operation, how to utilize different level of card. You understand card? Create, read, and even here delete, and all those information we can perform here. And even web resource, how to create a web resource in HTML, JS, and CSS. So that level of information I will give in week 9. And even the dialogues and notification, if we have to write something which need additional confirmation from the customer or any end user, so how to give that level of dialogues and notification, how to debug, how to add something in log files, I will explain you, and I will give you different level of debugging, either in uh, localization or in local folder, how to debug our JavaScript files with the help of here dev tools in the browsers. So in week 10, I will explain you the plugin architecture, and even here event pipeline, and workflow activity and custom jobs, debugging and profiling, how to do in plugin. Earlier, previous here screen I have explained you here, like I will explain you related to JavaScript debugging. So, and here in plugin, how to debug a plugin, how to debug a custom code activity, and which particular, what types of option we are having as part of this debugging part. Okay, so debugging and profiling. So here Azure function and CI/CD pipeline. We will talk about this particular feature. This is very useful features that we have to use most of the times. Now we are learning, or we are listening. Like, hey, this is the automation we have done. We require these types of experience from your side. So I will explain you this particular section in detail. Service bus and webhooks request, how we are integrating one system through another system with the help of service bus and webhooks. All those information we will talk about in this week 10. Now in week 11, I will explain you the solution and application lifecycle, basic architecture, which one is uh, we have to follow, and package deployment, how to deploy LML, this setup and configuration, and environments breakdown, like we have dev environment, test environment, and even the prod environment, and even the solution deployment, how to create a solution in dev environment, how to deploy into test, and how to deploy those test component into the production if our that job or that patch is finalized, or getting sign off from the TQ and business analyst. Automation deployment, we will discuss this particular section in week 11, and in this particular section we will talk about the solution layer, and how to move component from one environment to another environment, and the deployment pipeline with the help of CI/CD pipeline. Now, in week 12, so we will talk about policies, rule, and auditing. Like suppose if there are some job which we need to create like cleanup activity. So unnecessary, we will not store all the data in our system. Suppose if something is not required, we have to do cleanup to improve our system performance. User training and adoption. So here, suppose if we are working, to develop something as a new features or as a new implementation, so we have to give user training so that they can adopt that level of work. So I will explain you what types of information we are sharing in user training and templates and use case. So we will talk about those POC and business solution. Maybe Microsoft is providing some of the solution by default, like we are able to see sales modules and even the marketing modules and even the other different level of modules, and even there are some other external user also, external company, they are also selling those solution. So here Power Apps portal also we will talk about how to develop something in dev environment portal and how to move those components into QA or UAT, and even the external portal apps, and even the admin center and monitoring, how to do those level of monitoring in all those tools. Like suppose if we have n number of API, so what is the use of those API, how much utilization for those API, even we will talk about those particular, and even roadmap for center of excellence. Like there are certain activity we have to perform as part of this particular section. So we have to understand like what is the best option we can provide to the customer. We will talk about this particular section. So this is the module that we will cover during our this session. So we talk about course overview. So in project walkthrough, so goals and expectations. So what is the goal here? Why we have connected here? So that at least a new joiner who has some knowledge, but a person want to enhance their skill set. Maybe there are some experienced person who also join with us, maybe now or maybe later, but they want to enhance their skill set. Like they may have limited information, they may have limited knowledge, they may have functional knowledge only, but they want to improve their skills so that they can survive in market. Now, uh, in you heard about AI summit held in Delhi. So they are talking about the automation part. They are talking about different level of era. Now we are moving into one phase to next phase. It is not like, hey, early days we are here to write single line of code. Even we are writing everything in our Visual Studio. We are writing everything here in and even we are writing code for even the unit level testing, and even every scripting we are writing. So are similar types of code, similar types of coding are Copilot agent, or there are many other that agent they are providing that level of mm, you know coding. Now we have to review and we have to summarize it and we have to deploy it. Even we have created one automation, one Copilot agent, which is taking user input, and they are utilizing some uh, user input, and they are getting requirement, and they are building the complete process here only, and they are moving further. So here, goals and expectations. So you need some information from my side, you have some expectations from my side, I also have some expectations from your side. If we are spending time here, after connecting, we are connecting every day. So it is not like you are listening only. And suppose if I'm giving you some task for you to implement, so you have to take some initiative and you have to complete all those uh, your assignment on timely basis. Maybe you can share all those information even in the chat level, but make sure you have to spend some time. So career path and upskilling. So in this particular one, how to perform that particular section, I have some documents here. I can share those information maybe with you. So this information here, this is related to the power. Okay, I will explain you first. Career path. So career path, like how to initiate our career here. Suppose if you have basic information, like very fundamental information, so how to get different level of certification here, because Microsoft or every company, they are asking for certification. So certification roadmap here is like, first you can go for fundamental PL 900. PL 900 means you may book one slot from Microsoft site. So suppose I will tell you. So certification. So this particular platform is providing different level of certification here. So here this is entry level, beginner, and here even we can get all those information and even the content also available. In this particular site, you can even learn from here, and even you can get basic information, and you can book this exam, and even you can do some here demo as well, and you can complete this particular exam, and you can get certification. So they this, for one exam certification, there is some basic or maybe the cost also involved here, so you can plan accordingly. So how many sessions per week can you share this presentation here? Yeah, I will share all those information here once we will complete that information. Okay, so even after PL 900, some of the candidate, they may move in the app makers PL 100, and even then you can move into the consultant PL 200. So the difference here is, this is very fundamental, basic one, and even the second one focus on building self-service solution and simplifying business tasks through Power Apps and Power Automate. So you can go with this particular certification, so that you can add all those certification in your resume. So that if someone say, hey, this particular person is Microsoft certified person, and they will always prefer you. So this is one types of here certification, at least for initial days. These are the information that you can use here. PL 900 fundamentals. So even the primary target roles for everyone. So core focus on business value and basic. PL 300 data analyst and Power BI specialist. So you can go with, if suppose one person is more focusing on the reporting and analytics part, so they can go for PL 300. So in this particular section, mostly data modeling and visualization, they may talk about this particular. Suppose if I'm not going to explain, or I'm not going to give the content. And even there are many website, many place they are asking for them. Like there are some documents which are available. Some of the website they are giving uh, after taking some basic amount, and they are providing them. But you may get 50, 60, or 70% content into those dumps. Maybe I can share some of the dump, but those are not latest one. You can reuse those dump after, you can do at least some basic practice based on those even dumps. So even PL 400 developers, and you can go with that hierarchy based on your experience and exposure. If you already have those one, you can go for higher version. And even suppose if you have more higher side experience, so what you have to do, you can have different level of your development skills. So here you may have very low code, no code experience as well. Suppose you don't know more logic, you are going to develop your career in such a manner so that you don't want to go into deep level of understanding how to write C# code as a plugin, how to write custom code activity. But I want to enhance my skill in such a manner so that even after getting different level of skills, like I can build my career in automation part, CI/CD pipeline, Azure side understanding. Even I can understand the ETL process, and I can go for different designing level, even the Power BI level, even the SSIS package integration expert I can go. So we have different level of category. You can utilize those information here. Even the functional consultant, platform developers. So platform developers, like there is one person who can more on Azure side, other person maybe more on the PCF development component, and even the other side, one person may be more on the API development side, and maybe one person may be more on some different types of development, and one person is more focusing on the functional consultant. They know the complete information from the application side, and what types of, and what is the best suitable solution for that organization. So they are giving, or they are involving into those level of discussion. So yeah, so this information coming from US uh, market. So even at architect level, we have good amount of uh, package. Maybe some of the candidate they join from US region as well. But now, if you have good experience, you have good exposure, you are not taking any help from other person, and even you are trying to learning from your side, and you are taking additional step to even learn all those things. So maybe after certain times of period, you may get very good high here. And this dynamics platform, if you have good understanding, you even on remote location, you are also getting more good amount of money. So even here we can talk about this PL 600, the certification. This is especially for higher experienced person. So here you can give that level of certification exam, and you can get, and if you have that one, it will always add value addition into your resume. So if you have this experience, this level of experience, so you are thinking about you know strategically, so designing the long term scalability of solution, governance, so managing environment and data loss prevention, security architecture. So at this particular stage, you are not going to write any code, but you are there for enhancing their application capacity and system capability. So now we will talk about month to month wise, like how to improve our learning here and how to get multiple here certification even after adding different level of here what we can say target. Suppose I want to take at least 3 or 4 certification in next 3 or 4 months, then I have to make a plan. Like for first month I can go for PL 900, very fundamental. If you have some money, you need to add that additional budget into your CV. You can go for PL 900. Then after 3 months, you can go for PL 200. So if you want more information, like how to crack all those information, so you can simply search and you can get all those certification in this particular uh, site. Microsoft is providing all those information even here. So like this is for one exam, and maybe you can search all those information here, like for PL 200 or PL 300 and PL 600. So you can book after getting sufficient knowledge. You can book that exam. You can find out any center nearby your location, and you can book a center and you can give that exam. So early days they are also providing that exam in your location, and they are monitoring your exam by enabling your webcam, and then you are doing. But now in a day, I'm not sure, because there are many AI tools. We may misuse those tools. I'm not sure if currently Microsoft is providing that level of help or not. So in this particular manner, in 1 year, you can get different level of certification. It is not like we are, go for, initial level certification only, like PL 900, PL 100, PL 200, PL 300, PL 400. It is matter of money. If you are planning to go for higher level of experience, maybe you can go with this particular. You can design your that experience based on your experience. If you are entry level developer, so you can plan for at least for beginner level. And if you are working as a team lead or any experienced candidate, you can go for this particular structure. And even here, if you got different level of certifications, so and even you believe your skill set, like you can actually complete the development by your own, then you will get more success. It is not like, hey, someone someone or maybe from my team. So suppose if we are working for a project, so I have different level of skill set, so it is not like I cannot learn that other task. Like suppose I know the Power Automate only, so I'm here for automation part only. So it is not like I'm here always for automate. Maybe we have to learn different technology, terminology, whatever our team is using here. Okay, so anything, any question, I will take 30 minute, 30-second pause here, and maybe we can discuss. Is there anything? Yeah, I will try to do this enabling caption in English, but we'll see. Okay, so do you have anything you can ask here now, and then we will go for further discussion. Yeah, if I will go for all the topics, it will take more time. I understood. But anyhow, we have to cover. We have to cover most of the content here, and I will try my level best to give you best possible, content, even if we have even less time. Okay, so let's talk about this particular plan of action here, and we can go for this uh, certification part. Now we will talk about the Power Platform ecosystem. What types of information we are having here. Let's start this one. Okay, so let's try to complete this module only today, and maybe we will cover the remaining topics tomorrow. So what is ecosystem here? What is Power Platform ecosystem? The Power Platform ecosystem is a collection of Microsoft tools that works together to build application, right? To automate process, analyze data, create chatbot, connect system. All tools are integrated with Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, and Azure, understanding the integrated suite for business intelligence and automation tools. So, what is the difference between here Dynamics 365 and Microsoft 365 and Azure? So, Microsoft 365 may have different tools, like it could be a suite of different tools. It contains maybe Microsoft Office, Teams, Outlook, maybe different other tools which Microsoft is providing. So all the tools which are provided by Microsoft, they may part of this Microsoft 365. And Dynamic 365, if we talk about Dynamic 365, it may contains components related to Dynamic CRM. It could be FNO, it could be Business Center. I will explain you different types of environment which are available under Dynamic 365. And Azure integration. Everyone understands the Azure. Azure is a platform which Microsoft providing different level of features. Azure having different level of capacity. We will talk about this particular piece maybe when we will talk about Azure section. So the core platform component in this particular ecosystem. So what we have, Power Apps. Power Apps is developed by Microsoft. Power Automate. Power Automate also developed by Microsoft. Power BI also developed by this Microsoft. Power Virtual Agent, like it could be Copilot agent. So that is also developed by Microsoft. Power Pages, so like website or any uh, you know Power Pages or that site which we are using to expose some Dataverse data to the end customer, that we are using for Power Pages like website. Dataverse also, design or developed. So Dataverse is nothing like we are having the database structure. The UI may be different. So we may display that data maybe in model driven app, maybe in Canvas app, maybe Power Pages, maybe in Power BI, maybe we can utilize or maybe we can sync that data with the help of Power Automate, or we can display all those information in the Power Apps. So all those information or all those tools developed by Microsoft. So whatever Microsoft developed, all those tools or components are calling, Microsoft ecosystem. Hope you understand better now. So if we are talking, hey, this is Microsoft ecosystem. So you should understand what is Microsoft that ecosystem. So if we are talking about whatever developed by Microsoft, it could be different one. Licensing part is totally different. We may have Power BI license. We may have Power Pages that license. We may require additional license for Power Automate. Maybe we require Copilot agent that license. That is completely different. But ecosystem is like we need not to write any additional API to integrate or communicate between those systems. That is very user friendly and very easy way now in a day to integrate inside the Microsoft ecosystem. Hope you understand this section. So what is the Power Platform here? So Power Platform contains, different. Microsoft Power Platform is a sort of low code, no code tool that enables user to build custom business solution and automate workflow without extensive coding knowledge. Like suppose a person who know basic understanding or he has 15, 20, or maybe 1 or 2 month experience, maybe for related to the Power BI, he or she can start building on Power BI reports from beginning. There is no additional specialty for this as a Power BI developer. A non-technical candidate, if they have started learning on Power BI tools, they can easily learn. So, because if you know certain activity, you can perform better. So with the help of these Power BI tools, this is low code platform we can develop. Similarly, Power Apps. Power Apps, it is not like there is a huge code. We know the limitations of dynamic CRM. I have started my career from 3.0. So I know the limitations of 3.0. We have to develop everything, whatever, mostly ready-made available now in a day. So Power Automate. Power Automate is a very huge or very useful tools here. I will even explain you how to use those tools even now in a day. Power Virtual Agent. So you heard about those agents now. Now we have Copilot agent. Even we have different level of Copilot agent even. Now I will explain this content because this is not 2 or 5 minute topics we can cover now in a day. So Power Pages like we can create customer website. Customer looks like we can expose some data into the a website page. We can develop that level of development in the Power Pages. So to integrate this all those ecosystem, we have some data connectors. Data connectors like, hey, if I have Dataverse, I can connect with the help of Power BI with this data connector. Like if you guys have .NET exposure, so you need to create a connection between applications to database. So you need to write some specific line of code so that you have to define the server code and then the that user ID and password and what types of authentication it is there. So then you can create a connection. But with the help of those connector, even you can even build different level of reports and you can even interact with Dataverse directly. If you need to interact this Dataverse to any additional external application, so that level of flexibility you don't have. So how this Power Apps looks like. So this is one example here. Uh, I have added here in this particular screen. So Power Apps is a low-code application development platform that allow users to build custom business app without writing traditional code. Right. Initial days we have to suppose if I need to write some different level of CSS. So left navigation point I have to add if something. So if .NET, if somebody is having .NET exposure, so they need to write some master page. They need to write some code for left navigation and even the menu bar. But now in a day, if you need to add something in left navigation, you need not to write any code, single line of code. You have to just do some customization configuration and that link is available. I will explain you how to add those links in even in the Power Apps and even how to customize even in the ribbon area, how to customize, how to add those image into the page. And even there are certain templates are available. We can easily build those apps. Power Apps. Power Apps key features here. So in this particular one here we have, quickly build the different scenario, data integration connect to SharePoint, SQLs, and Dataverse also we can utilize with the help of those Power Apps. So it is also, good UI available for mobile apps. So we can easily drag and drop all those tools or controls which are available to configure into that particular UI level. So what we will talk about the Power Automate. So Power Automate is a very huge or any very useful tools which helps to interact with different applications as well. Suppose if I need to send one approval notification into the Teams. So suppose I have a scenario like, suppose if a claim is submitted, in one of the application, so manager should get a notification like, hey, this person submitted this amount, this level of amount, you need to approve it, and you have given a approval buttons, approval notification. So in .NET or in any other applications, we have to write huge amount of code to achieve this particular requirement. But in Power Automate, with the help of Power Automate, we can write or we can design or we can complete this requirement within 2 or 3 hours, and even without writing any line of code. This is all about automation part. So this is one example I have given you, but once we will talk about, in details, this Power Automate, how to create some different requirement, how to fulfill those one, we will discuss on those, here. So here we have triggers, like when we have to, so any Power Automate, it's require a trigger point. Trigger points like, hey, I will give you one example. Suppose if I want to send one email notification if a request is submitted or request is created. So then trigger point is when a record or when a request is created. That is the trigger point. Conditional logic. Here we may have multiple scenario like, hey, suppose if this amount maybe exceed a x amount of x amount, like suppose a claim is submitted more than 5,000, then it's required a additional approval, otherwise no need to take approval. This is one example. So this is a conditional logic that we have to implement. So flow template, like we have pre-built automation logic in our flow level. Like I have given you one example. Like suppose if I need to send one, push or this pop-up notification inside a team or Outlook. So that template is readily available. So I have to just select that template and I need to change the content, add the content, and then need to send that particular information. So no need to take any additional, load to send that level of implementation. So this is automation part. Virtual agent looks like in Power Automate. Power Agent is AI powered development platform that allow user to create and deploy chatbots without writing codes. So even they understand the natural language understanding to provide personalized customer support and automated service. So I will give you one example. So in customer care, suppose you are providing any customer care support and you are getting multiple calls, so even you can automate your process with the help of virtual agent. They will talk in English, they will talk in Hindi, they will talk in Punjabi, Marathi, whatever configuration you have done, they will talk in that one, and even they will accept different level of voice command as well. They understand, they properly analyze, and they will give quick response. So that level of virtual agent we will discuss and we will develop in this particular Power Virtual Agent. So agent here, this is the capability of virtual agent. We have less time, So we'll try to cover it quickly. So Power Pages here. Power Pages, like we have created one website. If you want to create one customer website, you need to display some basic information from the Dataverse. You can connect that Power Pages from the Dataverse. You can even develop that one. It is not like I have to write one HTML and we have to create different linking in those HTML, and we have to add some images and everything we have to perform with the help of different external website, because that application is connected to Dataverse, so we can expose that level of data even without writing huge code. So with the help of this Power Pages capability, we can build the end customer website as well. So design studio, we have data bus sync capability, we have complete security and authentication for end user login, and unified solution like seamless integration with Power BI and Power Automates we have. So you heard about that Power BI. So the next step here is Power BI. Power BI is a very useful tool to display, reports nowadays, because this, especially this Power BI, is basically used for to handle huge volume data. So with the help of Power BI, we can prepare different level of charts, and even if we have millions of record in our database, and even we have to take some additional data also, like some of data coming from Dataverse, some of the data coming from SAP, some of the data coming from the any external database. So with the help of custom connector, we are connecting with them, and even we are processing that data and we are displaying here. So this is very improved and fast processing speed, but there are some limitations also for this particular tools. So we will talk about those limitations as well. So Power BI data power. So visual reporting, creating interacting charts and graph and maps with the help of this one AI insights, and massive connectivity, connect to Excel, connect to SQL, connect to secure, Azure, and there are many more connectors are available to connect with Power BI. Collaboration, share reports, secure and stakeholder. So what happens? Suppose if we have something like we have to, prepare from 4 or 5 different external system as well. So I can collaborate everything, and I can prepare one report, and even there is a capability, even I can share that report over the email as well with the help of Power BI. So that's all for this particular features here. Power Platform ecosystem here. Learning roadmap we will cover here certification path as well. So there is one more item we will discuss, or we may cover tomorrow, related to the documents and diagrams. So what is the benefit of those particular items? Azure and environment, we will cover maybe later part. It requires some additional time to cover those items. So now I will take some pause here. So do you have anything to discuss? Can we handle error in Power Automate? Yes, we can do error handling as well. We will discuss and we will talk about how to implement best practice in the Power Automate. How many salary for fresher HD65 developers? So this is totally, different based on your expertise, your, you know, uh, like if you are coming from IIT background, you may get different level of salary. If you are coming from different backgrounds and you have good knowledge and you have cracked one very good, center, then maybe you get good salary even as a initial stage. But you guys need to more focus on your learning path, at least on initial stage. Don't compare yourself with others, but you have to focus whatever you are learning. How do we handle errors in Power Automate? We will talk about. We will. It will go even into the more broader action. If you have something to ask, you can even ping me. If trial expires, do we need to create solution from scratch after 30 days? Yeah, even what you can do to, if you are developing something, so for from first day only, you can prepare one solution and you can add your component into that solution. Maybe once your trial environment got expire, then you can export it and you can even import into new environment, but make sure you are adding only your required component into that solution, so that you can utilize uh, that specific solution only. Any other questions? If you have anything, even you can share that information even in this particular uh, section. Even you can add your comment, and we can discuss maybe further. If you have any question, any doubt, just let me know. Maybe on weekly basis we will have one question answer session, and I will cover all those content at that place only. Yes, we will cover PCF part as well. Now in a day, everyone, you are more focusing on the PCF part. We will cover the PCF part as well. Do you have any other questions, or we are good to close? Okay, we will take no. I have 6 month internship. I experience in 365 country. I am getting HR. Thank so much. I can explain. You have to more focus about the learning path. If somewhere any organization, if you are getting any opportunity to learn something, and even if you are getting that level of opportunity and you are learning something, so even if you are getting some amount as well, so that is the additional bonus. Don't consider, even at least for initial stage, if you are getting amount, then only you will work. Just focus on your goal. So learning part, you have to cover first. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for your time, and we will discuss maybe by tomorrow, and we'll cover further. How many day in a week we have class? Thank you for your time, sir. Maybe mostly we may have. We will try to make 5, or maybe if needed, I will add 1 2 hour session on every Saturday as well. But I will let you know. Just keep in touch in that particular YouTube section. I will share all those information there only. So just add a notification. If you are getting any additional item, you will get a notification. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good time. Have a good night. Good day. Bye.